In North Carolina, there's a Methodist University, and a white college student did a presentation in a school dining hall on what features, like physical features, she finds to be ugly. And she demonstrated in a particular way. She said that big nostrils, dreads, and big lips are ugly. She used photographs of black students on the football team to detail her argument, and also used photos of white students over the years as a comparison for attractiveness, features she found attractive. So here's so how you begin a presentation on what turns you on in a dining hall, that's weird to begin with. How did she not, like, I guess maybe I'm giving her too much credit to think that she didn't know what she was doing, but you look at that photo and you think, what the hell are you thinking, and how have you gotten to this point in your life?
And maybe she needs to sign up for an extra class because she has too much time on her hands. Was this an assignment, or is this just like, hey, I have an idea. I'm gonna put together a presentation to present in the dining hall to tell who, what, and what for. Like, why do we care? First of all, who you find attractive and what features are right and wrong to you. For you to put together a full slideshow to demonstrate this. What, are you getting paid? What's the end game here?
I think being despised around the country, possibly. Like, you're using, and again, no changes to the things I'm gonna say would not make this okay. But you're using photos of students at that school to say they don't turn you on? Are you mental? Like, stock photography would not make it better. I wanna be very clear about that. But it is a bizarre thing. And then to contrast it with white students and say, I like this person's hair and that nose is nice. What is wrong with you? You've made it to college. And this is how you go about your day. Now, after getting caught with this, because of course it went viral, she sent direct messages to a member of the football team saying, these were screenshotted and posted online too. I want to apologize to you and your entire family. I did not mean for any of this to be targeted towards individuals, and certainly did not mean any of this in a malicious way. I am truly sorry and did not mean for this to hurt anybody, and it was not targeted at African Americans in any way. I can promise that. Look, just based on the words, that's better than most apologies, but it's not true. I didn't mean it to be targeted towards any individuals, except presumably the ones whose photographs I chose to demonstrate what I was saying. And it's not targeted towards African Americans, even though those are the only examples I used for stuff that's unattractive. An apology is not enough if it doesn't make any sense.
Well, if it's not anywhere in your head that you see, the theme that you're going with, black folks unattractive, white folks attractive. By the way, if that's your opinion, I'm happy for you. Everyone has their opinions, their attractiveness, their types. Great, enjoy it. Why do we care? And why do you think anyone else needs to hear your attractiveness factor? So by the way, if you're aware enough, and you can promise us that has nothing to do with African Americans, your brain would have had this light go off in it as you're cultivating your photos from the football team and go, there's a black guy, there's another there's 4 black men on my page. I wonder what this looks like. Where's the self-awareness? Even if you can promise us that it was nothing to do with any of that, where's your self-awareness?
Yeah, now you file that under what a coinky dink. I don't know this person. And we use like stories like this. I can't speak for everyone. When we do stories like this, I fundamentally, like, maybe this is wrong. I don't care about the individual person. I care about the country we live in, what we think is okay, what we allow, what the consequences are. I find these to be interesting case studies. It seems impossible to me that this person did not know what they were doing. But then if they knew what they were doing, how could they have not known what the response would have been? I think I like these because I want to try to understand how you could have possibly thought the way that you did. And yet I come up with blanks at the end of every road. No course of action makes any sense to me except unacceptable, irrational ignorance buttressed by implicit racism. That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
This is a college student, bro. It's a college student. I mean, she's not going to Harvard.
I mean, let's be clear.
Maybe if she was at Harvard, she would have thought this thing through. But again, These are smart people. These are people who are at least book smart enough to get into universities like this. And they don't have that level of awareness. Something is missing. It's not always about how smart you are. It's about how connected to reality and your world that you are. And she's nowhere near it.
It's just madness.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.